Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to be knocking out some Patreon requests today, and this one comes from, real quick, I completely blanked on the name, sorry, real quick. This channel is this show sure is professional, ain't it? Yeah, our this Patreon request comes from Bill McLaughlin, and Bill McLaughlin asked me to do this crossover story of Ladybug versus Hero Killer Stain. It's not a who would win. He even specifically said this isn't a fight video. This isn't like a who would win match. This is more like an actual story with Hero Killer Stain fighting Ladybug. Like, can we do Hero Killer Stain versus Ladybug? Is that possible? Well, I think I got the right story. I think I have the right story to do this. So let's jump right into it with this story. So this begins in a science lab in Paris. And you may be thinking, well, where are you going with this? Hang on. More or less what's going on is that a machine that is going to be used to peer into other universes is about to be activated. And you may be thinking, hold the fuck on. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing a multiverse story in a universe with people who can become magical beings? Well, I think it just answered your own question right there, first off. Secondly, they recently just did an episode that literally had... No one got akumatized. It wasn't an akumatized villain. Literally, they had dinosaurs in the opening scene. Literally, just a woman created dinosaurs and everything's fine. This show... Also, it's a universe that already has pre-existing superheroes in America. So I think yeah, this is kind of this is probably something that would happen. So this isn't too far out of the realm of disbelief. So anyway, in this machine, basically what happens is that they're going to use it to peer into another universe, like just a quick hey, check this out. And they've locked on, the scientists switch on the machine, and it basically opens up the window. The problem is, like most windows, it's open, and stuff can come in and come out. And boy, did someone come out, because they looked into the My Hero Academia universe in the midst of the fight between Midoriya and Stain. Sorry, my brain just blanked there. Yeah, so the fight between Midoriya and Stain was going on, and Stain... The portal opens up right when he's about to attack Deku, and he goes right into the new portal. He's like, "You mother!" So he's already thinking that this is like he already thinks like this is some kind of weird trap. He's confused and proceeds to just kill everyone in the room, like just murder all of the scientists. And then, well, he does he leaves. He forgets to kill everyone because some people have managed to escape him, but he manages to just beat it. And while he leaves, as he's leaving and going into Paris, he's already like, okay, this is Paris, but this does not feel like... something just feels off. Like, something just feels very off. Like, obviously there is a Paris in his universe, so he would know. So he's like, okay, I'm in France. Maybe I just got teleported by someone's quirk from Japan to Paris. Maybe that's it. But then as he's looking around, he's like, there's no heroes. There's no like... heroes around, until he notices Ladybug, and he's like, right. But as he's like stalking her, he's like realizing this isn't like a quirk or whatever. It's like, this is something, like, he's already putting the gears in Stain's head are like starting to really figure that, oh, I don't think I'm on my Earth right now. But as he's learning more about this Earth, rather than just being like, oh, I'm going to kill everything, he's like, his first thought is, let's kill all these heroes because they're probably just like the pro heroes on my Earth. But before he does that, he has this rational thought of, hold up, maybe they're not. Maybe there's hope for this universe. So he more or less just goes off, he hides out, and starts learning about all the other heroes that exist in this universe, and he doesn't like what he sees. More or less, he's seeing, in America, the United Heroes are more or less superheroes at the beck and call of a government, and he's like, that's not cool. No government should have superpowers serving them. Then you have, in Beijing, he has a superheroine all on her own and having way too much power. He's like, that's a red flag right there. But Paris is the one that got him interested, because he's kind of noticing that Ladybug, like, he's looking through, like, old footage, and he puts together, like, all the old footage of the news crews that saw Queen Bee with Ladybug and saw all that together, and he puts it together like, oh, Chloe wasn't mean, she was just, like, you're cleaning up your own mess, Ladybug, so you, above everyone else, do not deserve to call yourself a hero. And, of course, all those negative emotions are attracting a certain someone. That, of course, Hawk Moth senses, like, the ultimate negative emotion. Like, he has never felt such rage and, like, disgust and just all around, just, this is, like, he's like, whoa. Whoa. That's some negative emotion right there, pal. I'm gonna send my Akuma and I'm gonna make the ultimate supervillain. Well, he does manage to get the Akuma on Stain's sword, but the moment he's like, I am Hawk Moth, hero killer, and you shall serve me and bring me the miraculous, and Stain's like, hi, I can see you, ass. Like, this thing is a two-way mirror, and I can see where you're looking at. Like, he's not, like, he's already fought off the control, and he just tells him, I'm no one's slave. Stain, the hero killer, is no one's slave. And when I'm done with them, you're next. And Hawk Moth is like, I'm gonna go. So Stain, of course, starts stalking the other miraculous heroes. Like, he starts stalking them because he's like, Ladybug's already, like, made her own bed, and Ladybug and Cat Noir have made their own bed and are gonna lie in it. But I want to see if the other heroes are, like, worthy of this. So he's kind of, like, stalking from the shadows, just kind of tailing all of them. And they're always, like, it's kind of like when Venom first appeared and, like, stalked Spider-Man without his knowledge because he could hide from the spider sense. It's like that, but they're always, like, they can always, like, feel like someone is around. And they can just feel that something unnatural is following them. He does, like, he does, like, follow them, and he's like, the more he sees, like, Ladybug, kind of taking the miraculous and not trusting them with anyone with it, or things like that. And he does see, like, he does think about just killing Chloe, but then he thought, she's trying to make up for her mistakes. I can't fault her for that. Ollie is cool. Nino's a try-hard, but whatever. Luca I don't like, but whatever. No one's done anything to completely offend me other than those two. So I am going to focus all of this anger I feel towards heroes to ending Ladybug. And that's what Stain plans to do. Stain basically, while Ladybug is out on patrol one night, just gets blindsided by Stain, and she thinks already this is like some kind of new akumatized villain, and Stain just completely trounces her in a fight. Like, it's a rooftop battle, but it's more like Ladybug gets her ass kicked because Stain is just moving so fast, and again, his quirk, his sword manages to cut her, and then when he tastes it, he freezes her, and the only way she isn't killed is because Cat Noir, like, comes in and stops him. So they manage to briefly get away, and they're like, even Hawk Moth is like, that was holy shit. I wish I could get him to mind control. If I could have him under my control, I'd have, like, the ultimate weapon. But that's not happening. So eventually, Hawk Moth is like, this person is going to give me some a headache, so I better figure out where he came from. So Hawk Moth does a little digging with Natalie's help, and they figure out that he came from another universe via, the machine. via the portal machine, and he's like, I'm going to, as Gabriel Grest, fund a new research project to have this built so I can toss his ass back to what other universe he came from. Meanwhile, Stain is still like hunting them, and eventually he does figure, like, he's already figured out that Marinette's Ladybug, and actually shows up in her room with all the Kwamis, like, all hiding from him, and Stain's just in there chilling, like, he's got his sword out, and he's just chilling on like, a chair, and he's just like, let's talk. So he basically just lays it out for Marinette. He just lays it a verbal smackdown on Marinette, like, you are the biggest idiot I've ever run into. You've more or less lied to your friends. You've more or less destroyed people's lives over a person who, he hasn't figured, he was more focused on Ladybug, so he didn't figure out that Cat Noir was Adrian. He was like, I was gonna kill you first, then focus my attention on him, but yeah. He's basically, like, lays it out for that you have literally, you are no better than the pro heroes I know on my Earth. You are just a piece of shit. You've lied to your friends. The rules don't apply to you, but they apply to everyone else. You are literally, and you also took advice from a guy who inadvertently caused the destruction of his own order because he's old. What the fuck? So here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to allow the Kwamis to find someone better. And I'm also going to kill Cat Noir. His Kwami can go find someone better. And then I'll find a way back to my Earth. Yeah. I have no problem with all the other heroes. Even Chloe is more redeemable than you. So she wouldn't be this way if you hadn't, like, lied to her. So yeah. So the two actually fight, like, Stain, like, goes to cut her down, but then she goes Tiki Spots on. They have a battle in her bedroom. They go crashing out the window, and as the two fight, they hear on the news, Ladybug fights a new, like, supervillain calling himself the Hero Killer, and Adrian shows up. He goes there. This is also when Hawk Moth is like, oh, now's the perfect chance. Now's my chance to get rid of this little problem. So Stain, as they're fighting him, Hawk Moth reaches out to Cat Noir. He's like, hey, we don't like each other, but here's the thing. I need your help I found out a way to get the Hero Killer back to his universe. So, just this once, temporary alliance. And Adrian's like, fine, whatever, fuck. So the two fight Stain all the way, leading him back to the laboratory until Ladybug manages to kick Stain back into his universe. But by the end of it, Ladybug, Marinette's still still simmering on Stain's words. Like, she's still kind of thinking all about it. Like, holy shit, I am just been a real bad person. I've been the villain the whole time. So eventually, she just gathers all the heroes together and is like, guys, we're gonna have to sit down and talk for a while. I'm going to trust you guys as your Kwamis. I'm going to be more open about my. I'm not there yet to reach our secret identities, but I am well enough to be like, I can trust you guys to keep your Kwamis, and we can be a team, and we can share that much for right now. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my idea for the Ladybugs versus Stain story. I want to thank Bill McLaughlin for thinking of this story. This was a lot of fun, and as always, if you would like a story or whatever done for a Patreon request, just hit the link below, join my Patreon, check out some exclusive videos, and if you hit the 4th tier, you guys can send messages to me for requests for videos to do on Patreon, and they can be anything, really. Reviews, story ideas, whatever. Just comment below, let me know, and once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.